Hey everybody, Eric Nelson, Manager of Champions here at the Marietta, Georgia Flashback Games. Notice right here, we have the only 8-foot tall Geiger machine known to man. This is one of my personal favorites. Of course, I'm not playing right now, so my character's getting killed. But let me walk you around. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Mr. Roger Oswald.
Alright, let me show you my face.
One of the owners here at Flashback Games. We're doing the whole retail thing here. We have NES cartridges for sale at competitive prices. We also have the N64 cartridges here for sale as well. And note a few other classic retro systems as well. So right here, all the stand-up arcade games. Y'all cool me. Say what's up everybody, thanks for coming in today. More perennial retro favorites. And in here folks, we have a retro lounge for all you couch potato gamers like myself. This TV is set up just like our living room back in the 80s and 90s. You have the original NES, the original Super Nintendo, the original N64, and the original Sega Genesis, all ready to go right here. You go up and see Mr. Roger. Any game you want for these systems, come in here with your favorite beverage, favorite food. Hey, you know, the possibilities are endless. In here we're set up for more of got some VR here. Now this one I'm proud of. It's an electronic pinball machine. There are more than 50 pinball games loaded into this machine. It's awesome. Now of course in here you can throw your birthday party with 20 of your close friends. Go see Roger, he'll give you competitive pricing. And of course everybody asks me, how much does it cost here at Flashback Games? Well, for the low price of $11, you can come in and play all the games you want from open to close. And you can't beat that deal, folks. You can't beat that anywhere. We are coin free. That's right, Flashback Games is coin free.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to a special episode of the Doctor Quack Podcast here live at Flashback Games over here in Marietta, Georgia. It's nice to be back in town, and of course I have my special guest with me, the manager of Champions, the owner of Stranglehold Championship Wrestling, Mr. Eric Nelson.
Hi everybody, how's it going?
Oh God, we're having some fun here. We're getting ready to play some Mario Kart 64 first before we go into the what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Oh my God, I wish you could see this view.
Oh, yes.
I'm telling you, I don't even know who to pick. I mean, my favorite was always Peach. Like, he's going for Wario. Jesus. Yeah, I'm going to go with Peach. I always liked her. I don't know why. Mario 2 probably did it for me. God, the old school games. There's nothing like old school games.
Definitely not.
Yes. I haven't played this in years, so I can already see me screwing up. Oh yeah, there it is. See, I told you I'm going. Oh God. I'm telling you, dude, and even not on a flat screen television either. Check that out. This is what you call retro gaming.
Oh yeah, this is like a 94 TV, like straight up.
Yeah. I remember before I got down here, my friend Heather, she was dying to play this game. I'm telling you, it's an awesome one, isn't it?
Oh yes. Hey, you're doing good. Second place, you're right behind me.
All right. God, I mean, I love my retro game.
Oh, yeah, use your nitrous, dude. Oh.
That's what, C?
It's the trigger button.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I need, a big ass mushroom.
Yeah, just keep hitting it. Keep going.
I'm going, buddy. Somehow I'm beating all the computers, I'll take that. Oh, you got turtle shells and I got invincibility. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Hey! That wasn't fair. Jesus. I'll tell you, it's a miscarriage of justice, man. Where's Jesse the body when I need him?
Right.
Jeez, nice to use your nitro and fly into a banana peel. Oh, another one.
Right.
Jesus, can I live on the banana peel? Like I said, I'm shocked I'm not even 8. All right. God, it's been so long.
You're doing good, Doc.
I am getting
You said
there.
right about 6.
You're winning. Look at you with a million banana peels. Jesus.
Right. Hey, you got some too. Look there.
Yay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, now I gotta slide into one. Damn. I can't avoid banana peels to save my life. Damn, can I get the second? I don't know. Mario's cutting ahead of me. I'm moving the walls. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, you got it.
On the edge. You got first. Oh, skated by him. Yeah, boom!
Yes.
With my red turtle shell spinning around. Yeah. God, that was good gaming right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's been so long,
Yes,
man.
indeed.
I'm telling you. Dude.
I mean, not bad. Only 5 minutes and some seconds behind me.
Yeah, and this is just one of the many games they have. This is definitely one of the top spots, I believe, in Georgia. I believe there isn't very many of them. And this one
No,
here,
definitely not. And this is the only coin-free location. So, you know,
coin free.
as you guys understand, there's a national coin shortage, so this is the ideal place. Use your card, $11, play all the retro games, all the console games. I mean, we have everything from a 2600 here all the way to an Xbox One. And we'll probably have the new systems once they're unveiled.
I'm telling you. I mean, dude, you know what I love about this room? All the great artwork. I don't know if you can pan around and you see it, but you got Mario Brothers here, you got Mario 3. I mean, you got the Game Genie. Who did not use the Game Genie?
Of course, everybody used the Game Genie.
Yeah, you had to on some of these games. I mean, even the Lethal Enforcer's gun. God, that was awesome, man. And even if you can get behind you right there, show them this artwork of King Hippo. King Hippo and Little Mac, I'm telling you, that's just great art right there. So much awesomeness in this place. You know, I've always heard about it before I came down here, and now I got to see it. So I'm totally impressed. I'm telling you, this is one of the best places you can go to. If you're down here in the Georgia area, this is where you want to go. I tell you love old school games, this is it.
Absolutely cautious, isn't it?
This is Gangrel, your fangin' band, Taco de Lucha Libre. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. Don't miss out. Best taco in town.
All right, we're back. Hey, Doc, I want to introduce a special friend of mine. He is the owner of Flashback Games, Mr. Will Geiger.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, welcome, my brother. Is there anything you would like to add? Any games coming out that you're looking at bringing in? Any specials that we're going to run here? Anything that should be noteworthy for our viewers here?
We have a few games, X-Men versus Street Fighter we're working on, and Zaxxon we're trying to get up and working again.
Very good.
We're bringing in pretty soon.
What about the new release dates for the consoles coming out? You got any intel on that?
Not yet.
No.
So now I got to ask this. This is a question of mine I always love to ask. What is your favorite game ever played?
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. You talking about the arcade or
The arcade game, yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, we definitely included that one in the shot.
yeah, that is definitely one of my favorite games. That game, that gun is like so heavy, but it feels realistic.
Absolutely.
That was one of the first games I ever wanted to own when it came out. When I was a kid, I tried to save up for it because I never could afford it, and that was one of the first few games I bought. So,
Oh
that
yeah,
was my dream game.
I mean,
Speaking of which, where's Lethal Enforcers?
It is in storage right now.
Oh, got it. Okay.
yeah, that's coming out here soon. And trust me, if you haven't played Lethal Enforcers, you're truly missing out. You got to have stock in the Rubber Stamp Company, though. I swear, man, there were so many of them in that game.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, I'm sure when the new consoles come out, you'll be adding them to the inventory,
Oh,
right?
yeah, definitely. Yeah. PS5 comes out, stuff like that, yeah.
Absolutely. So, of
Stay
course-
tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned. Once this COVID-19 business is behind us, we'll have all the updated consoles and probably every available game that we can get our hands on.
So, what made you open up a retro video game store?
What's funny is, back when Tron first came out, I wanted to be like Flynn. I wanted to own an arcade, and that was what I worked my goal. That was my goal I worked towards. So that's why I did.
That's awesome. I mean, God, it's got to be so much fun just seeing all this stuff around you, especially probably from your childhood, I would imagine.
Oh, a lot of it's childhood stuff, yeah.
Couldn't imagine doing anything else, could you?
No.
So what was the hardest game you ever played?
Well, that's a good one.
The one you could not beat that you were so mad at?
Zach's on.
Oh wow, yeah, that one is a pain in the neck.
Yeah, it's I can't get past the second stage on that thing.
Well, I tell you what, as far as video games as a whole, going back to the NES days, Dragon Warrior took me an entire summer to beat.
Oh my God, yeah, that was, and it was so underrated. I loved it.
Oh yeah, it took me a whole summer break to beat that game.
Yeah, I remember my favorite game I always liked to play was like Castlevania. The first one was really hard though. I mean, the bosses in there, they were difficult.
I will tell you this. I still remember the code to get to Dracula on Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. As far as overall video gaming achievements, I would have to say at that age was I was one of the first people to actually get through and beat that game in a record amount of time.
I've never beaten Castlevania 2.
Really?
That's the only one I have not beaten. I just can't get through it.
And of course, I was also, in 1987, I would say, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!
Oh God, yeah.
I was one of the first guys in my neighborhood to actually get to and defeat Mike Tyson without the code, mind you.
Yeah, he was rather challenging.
Yeah.
You know, my proud video gaming moments from my childhood, because of course, you know, when I come here, as we saw with Little Mac and King Hippo on the wall there, that took me back to that time frame when we had the miniature microwavable pizzas and the New York Seltzer sodas, and you know, my comfy couch in the family room right in front of the Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I had all my friends gathered around, and everybody's in dead silence and chewing on their fingernails like, oh my God, he's actually going to beat the champ. He's actually going to beat Mike Tyson. Because at that time, Mike Tyson was the baddest man in the land.
Yeah.
You know, this is before the humiliating defeat by Buster Douglas.
Yeah, I remember Buster Douglas had his game too, man. Yeah, that was another challenging one. God, on the Genesis. I didn't play very many Genesis games because I was always a Super Nintendo guy, but I remember that one. Between that and Streets of Rage.
You know, definitely Streets of Rage is one of the best, and we have that somewhere out there.
Oh yeah, great button masher, beat 'em up style game. It's always great for the replay value.
Yeah, I know we have one multicade here that has all the fighting games.
Yeah, it's the Street Fighter Multicade. You know, Neo Geo I think has Streets of Rage on it too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we do have a Neo Geo one with all the Neo Geo games out there. For those of you out there who don't remember Neo Geo, you know, you're missing out. Definitely do your research on it.
Yeah,
if you can get here, I'll be glad to personally give you a tour, one of the three of us, and we'll take you to school with some Neo Geo.
Yeah, you did. I remember being a kid. I think there was one person in the neighborhood that had a Neo Geo. It was just so rare because you had Super Nintendo and Genesis out, so it was
Also,
like
Neo Geo is very expensive.
it was.
Yeah,
it was so expensive. It was like $500, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so high.
Yeah, it took me 3 months worth of mowing lawns to get that one. But I did it. And it just, to me, it didn't have the same appeal as the Super Nintendo or the Genesis. Of course, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog was one of my all-time favorite games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, my 5-year-old is absolutely, even now with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out most recently, he's obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog. And, you know, retro characters, retro gaming, it's his thing. I mean, and of course, he's out there in the arcade now, probably running from game to game like I did at his age.
And I remember, and this is why I love the horror genre as well, but House of the Dead, that game.
Oh, yes.
That was an awesome game.
Yes, it was great playing in the arcade.
We had one game from Japan. It was called what was it? Shadows of Lazan.
Oh, yeah, it was something like that.
It is,
Now get this, the controller was a rubber sword.
A samurai sword.
You were a samurai that fought zombies.
Imagine House of the Dead, but with samurai swords.
You know, my wife actually beat that game.
That would be insane. I definitely got to play
My wife
this.
was actually one of the first people in the old location to actually beat that game. I missed that game. We need to get that back.
Yeah, I was very saddened by that losing that one.
Yeah, we got to try and get that one back. That was speaking of horror movies. Little announcement here. I want to do this especially on the Doctor Quack Podcast. Of course, everybody that knows me and Doc here, you know we got a long history of professional wrestling. We have been in talks with branching out to horror movies. So we are We are right now working on completing a final draft of our script for our first horror movie. And we're going to base it off the Doctor Quack character.
Yep.
And we got a lot of twists and turns and a lot of oh my god moments that will rival any wrestling thing we've ever done.
All I can say, there are no good guys here.
Nope, not one
I'm
bit.
telling you, wait till you see this movie. So I like to ask all my guests this question. So, I mean, do you watch a lot of horror movies?
Me, yes.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I have to say Nightmare on Elm Street, the series,
Yeah.
because the lore of it is so, I don't know, it's fascinating, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was definitely a classic. That's generally my guy, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
You know, I've grown when I gotten older. I've watched more of Hellraiser now. I don't know why. The psychology of that has really hit me more.
Have you seen our Freddy Glove and Hellraiser cube out there in the hallway?
I have not. Now, that's probably something I missed, but I've got to go see that now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll make sure before we conclude today, we'll get that done.
Yeah, we had those in shadow boxes out there on display for people to look at. So.
Yeah, I remember being 10 years old. I remember saying, at some point when Robert Englund decides to no longer do Nightmare on Elm Street, I want to be the next Freddy Krueger. That was always something that was just with me. Because I always wanted to play that character. I loved his, catchy lines. And he would always, because he had Jason and Michael Myers, they were always quiet. But Freddy would taunt you. He wouldn't just come up and kill you and slash you. He would taunt you, make the fear come out in you, and then he would kill you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I have to second Will's choice here. Nightmare on Elm Street was always my franchise when it came to horror movies. Freddy Krueger was always my go-to guy. Now, of course, number 2 favorite, Jason Voorhees. Of course, my son's name is Jason.
So I bet you were really excited when they finally got Freddy versus Jason out.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it was a great monster match. I wish they would do more of them.
That was a very good match, I must say.
I remember growing up, that was always the biggest thing. Who's going to win? Jason versus Freddy. In elementary school and high school, that was always a question. And then they finally brought it out and made it.
And I'm laughing because I'm talking about Freddy, of course, and I'm wearing a Child's Play shirt. Yeah, free hugs. I always loved Chucky. The second one really got me. I don't know why. I think it was because it was kind of more darker Chucky, and he wasn't so quirky and goofy. But yeah, that one there, the scene where he's got the guy driving, he's tied him up with the jump ropes, and he's putting the bag over his head. I mean, that kind of scared me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my second favorite. I know this might sound silly or cliche, but Jaws.
Jaws, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And of course, here we are at the 45th anniversary of Jaws.
That actually, when I saw that movie, I was pretty young when I saw it. I actually wanted to become a diver, and I actually, at the age of 15, I became a certified diver. 18, I started teaching scuba diving as an instructor until I graduated college at 25, and that was all because of Jaws. I wanted to see a shark. It's when I got in the water, so I did shark dives, stuff like that. I wanted to actually see an apex predator in the wild, and so
did it scare the hell out of you when you saw it?
I'll just put it this way: nothing else really thrills me anymore.
I'm sure that's got to be a great
because
thrill.
we didn't have a cage, we didn't have chainmail suits.
Wow.
We're just as a rubber neoprene suit, a camera, and feeding chunks of fish to sharks.
I mean, God.
Got some great pictures though.
I mean, I'm
sure
laughing because Jaws, right, was actually named after the lawyer that was going up against the Spielberg. What was it, Marty, I believe was his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Bruce.
Bruce, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was like, wow, man, that's a one way to name your shark there.
Can we pause for just a minute? Hey, look who I've run into, folks. The head of the Doctor Quack Podcast, Doctor Quack himself. Welcome to Flashback Games.
I'm telling you, thank you for introducing me to this place. This
Absolutely.
is definitely top of the line here. If you get a chance, you're down here in Marietta, Georgia, check out all the great games they got here, and the staff is super friendly. Love this place. Give it 2 fingers up, actually, right there.
Hey, let's show them your favorite games here in the arcade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
There's so many great games here. I mean, you got Terminator 2, Judgment Day. I'm telling you, I was playing this last week. Definitely one of my favorites here. I mean, definitely, you get the gun here. You're just firing away. You're going at it. I mean, there's so many awesome games here. I mean, look, you have X-Men here. Definitely one of the great ones. So many Ultra Beasts. I mean, even here, look at this. Let me show you. And I'm almost 5 minutes. Look, We stand next to Gallagher, and oh my God, I'm telling you, I feel like a kid again.
Like I said, you can't beat it, folks. The low price of just $11. Come and play all the games you want. What do you say, Doc? Is that a deal or what?
That is a deal. Yeah, you know, I'm curious. Do you watch wrestling nowadays, or?
It's been a while since I've watched wrestling. The last time I think I've watched wrestling is probably when Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper was in there. Some of the greats.
Oh yeah.
I've been so wrapped up in so many things going on live that I don't really watch much TV anymore. So.
Well, let me ask you this: Who's been your favorite wrestling guest we've had here so far?
I'd probably say Tony Atlas was one of them, and the Road Warrior.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Road Warriors.
Yeah. Tell them, don't we have that game, the Road Warriors featured?
We do. Is it
WrestleFest.
WrestleFest, yeah.
Yeah, we do have the 80s arcade game WrestleFest, where you have to beat the Road Warriors to actually win the tag belts at the end. One of my personal favorites. Also, one thing that I may be adding here real soon, Road Warrior Animal personally has that game that he's going to sign and sell. I may be presenting you with that here real soon. Wanted to go ahead and give you a spoiler alert.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, I have both of them. Actually, if you go into the archives of the Doctor Quack Podcast, both of them in interviews. A lot of great stuff they covered there as well. Tony Atlas was really awesome to meet. Probably the most kindest guy I've met out of all professional wrestling.
Definitely, if I had to say from wrestling perspective, as far as all the legends I've worked with, you know, Tony Atlas number one, Road Warrior Animal number two. I can't say enough great things about him. Tony's basically like family to me. When my father passed, he flew down here, did a show with me in Middle Georgia to help raise money for my father's burial. And also, let's not forget, you know, one of my favorite tag teams, Demolition. Demolition Axe also drove in from Atlanta to also be featured alongside Tony Atlas for that show. Very good stuff.
That is something I would love to set up an interview with Axe there. I would love to set up an interview with him. He was one of my favorites.
Well, sir, if you're watching this, I'll be in touch with you real soon about that. You're going to love this place.
I'm telling you. And, of course, Road Warrior Animal, yeah, when you first meet him, he is so huge. You're just like, man. I felt like Little Mac looking at Mike Tyson. I really did. But he's really one of the greatest guys you can talk to, and he is who he is. He is straight up at you. You will not get a raw answer from him. It'll be direct.
Oh, very direct. And that's what I love about him.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, he's larger than life. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We've covered video games. We've covered wrestling. We've covered horror.
Yeah. Well, if you want, let me get into the topics of today. It's the news. That's right. Let me check out the news here.
Oh, here we go.
So, yeah, there's some of them here. Give me half a second, folks. Because I got a lot of stuff here. It's kind of just been going around. This is the funniest stuff I've been following for the last week. Dixie Carter allegedly has been fooling around with TNA stars in the past. You know, this all came from Booker T, you know, on his podcast stating this. Like, she would go to the bars and hang out with all the guys. You know, I mean, do you find any truth to that? Do you feel that is, you know, it really happened? Was it professional?
I mean, I'll be honest. You know, a woman of Dixie Carter's stature, with the money that she had at the time, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, and of course, hey, you know, she might be old, but she ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's how she gets her kicks, and the boys were with it. I mean, hey, you know, a show business for you. You know,
it really. What is you know, like, because TNA was great in its, you know, 2004, 5, 6. It was really starting to become something. What killed TNA?
Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, I mean, when they went away from that six-sided ring, I think that really had a big
impact. That hit hard, because six-sided ring, and yes, you and I talked about the six-sided ring in past interviews. Yes, it is a little bit more difficult to work in. However, it has something special to TNA. And here's the other thing. Hogan might have been the icon of wrestling, okay? Hogan might have been the icon of wrestling, but he was horrible as a booker and horrible as a promoter. Because let's not kid ourselves. Hulk Hogan was 9% media creation. He was created exclusively by Vince and Kenny McMahon. And, you know, not to take away from Bischoff, but he only had one really good idea. That was the NWO.
Which he stole from Japan.
Right. But I mean, he had one good concept that he took and ran with it. After that, it's like, where do we go from here? Nothing against the guy, nothing against what they've accomplished, but for example, I'm not a wrestler. I'm a better promoter and manager than I've ever been a wrestler. Wouldn't you agree, Doc?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've got no place in that ring as a wrestler. Nor am I going to put the soon-to-be unveiled World Heavyweight Championship of Strikehold Championship Wrestling around my waist. I see no need, because that's not my avenue.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for coming in. Really appreciate you coming in. This is one of the best places I have been. I mean, I've been to arcades, but this one here has got such a diverse, gaming systems.
Absolutely, and of course the kids here love it. My son decided he had to join us for this episode because he probably has a few things he wants to add.
And he could be the future of this business, so
Absolutely.
keep an eye on this little man.
Well, we appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thank you for the hospitality as always.
No problem. Yep, you'll have fun.
Yeah, definitely want to thank him for coming in. I'm telling you, thank you so much for letting us film here.
Absolutely.
But yeah, there's definitely a guy that recently has came up in the news, and they're talking about pushes in the business. They talk about guys that they want to put over, and some of them they get second chances. Well, this guy's about ran out, according to reports here. Mustafa Ali has now getting in the doghouse allegedly with Vince McMahon. Last week he was actually shown on TV, and he was out there among the cruiserweights and helping out with Baron Corbin and everything. And then he went on main event and jogged out. According to the reports, they're getting tired of him and they don't know what to do with him. I mean, did you like Mustafa Ali? Did you ever watch him? Do you remember who he was? That's my question.
I mean, sort of with ECW and whatnot.
Yeah, when he was over, he won the Royal Rumble over in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, just not really my guy.
Yeah, I can honestly just say,
Different Mustafa, right?
Yes, wrong Mustafa. You're thinking of the gangsters.
I get that mixed up. Probably because I didn't pay no mind to him.
Yeah, that's really how it really settles, man. I felt pretty bad for him.
I mean, I'll go ahead and chime in on this.
Go ahead.
If you're barely getting noticed out there, if people barely even know your name, don't make waves for yourself. Play the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a business. If you want to kill your push, getting in hot water with the boss is the best way to do it. I can't say that enough. I mean, so many forgotten people that, got Vince's crosshairs before they really reached their prime.
Yeah. I mean, you have to do what you're told, and you have to make the best with the cards you got. Sometimes gimmicks suck. Go ask Terry Taylor about the Red Rooster, and he did not embrace that at all.
That was actually talked about earlier today. It was like the worst gimmicks in wrestling. It was Terry Taylor's the Red Rooster, Max Moon, the Boogeyman, what was the other guy's name? Bastion Booger.
Yeah, I mean, I felt bad for him, man. I mean, he was great when he played Norman over in WCW, the NWA did. He's enjoying this game. I'm telling you, this is a great place. If you have kids and you're in Georgia and you're in the Marietta area, I'm telling you, come check it out. It is definitely awesome here. And this is something I wanted to ask you, because I saw this in there, and this has been happening consistently. NXT has been losing in the ratings on Monday night to AEW. Wednesday night to AEW. I'm not a big AEW fan. I mean, and people who've watched my podcast, they know that. But why is AEW beating NXT? Why would you think that? I mean, NXT puts on good quality.
Here's what I'll say, and I've actually had some guys, or we have actually had some guys that have gone to AEW in the past. They're getting a lot of top-notch indie talent. More so than NXT. They're getting people in and giving everybody basically a turn in the barrel, getting more people exposed. They're actually doing more to promote their younger guys. Mm-hmm. I think NXT started out good as far as that goes, but it's like AEW seems taking more interest in promoting the future of wrestling. And that's kind of where we're at with it. It's like WWE, NXT, anything affiliated with WWE, I have to say, is getting a little stale. Just a professional opinion, guys. Not taking a jab.
Yeah.
But AEW always has something new to bring to the table. They have something fresh. They seem to have a lot more talent to choose from.
Will AEW be able to compete with Raw and SmackDown at some point? Do you feel like that's a possibility?
At some point, it is possible. I do think where wrestling is concerned as a whole right now that we are in that 5-year period of stagnation.
We are. And if you had to look at any of the guys on the roster, who stands out to you where you can go, okay, this guy might be a part after 5 years, might be a big part?
I mean, that's hard to say.
I mean, it's tough. For me, I look at Drew McIntyre because they do push him well. He has the look. He can cut a promo okay, but his in-ring skills are what really brings his game to the table. I feel like he may be one of the bigger stars that come out of this.
Oh, definitely.
You know, I could see him definitely, because he's already towards the top of the mountain. He's got the championship. But, how long will he stay is going to be the question.
Right. It's like, do they really have anybody that can compete with him? It's like, the run they have with Lesnar.
Right.
It's like, who was really there to compete with Brock Lesnar? And then constantly pushing a part-timer.
Right. I mean, and Brock pushed for it. So, I mean, kudos to Brock for giving him his push.
Well, I mean, absolutely. But that goes back to my original comment about them being more, we're running more of a stagnant period with wrestling. That the AEW, as of now, is giving the fans more something to choose from.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, you got more options, which is great because you have 2 big feds out there plus NXT. You have all that. So you got more places for wrestlers to go out there and wrestle, which is always a positive. So speaking of big name wrestlers, let's talk about The Rock here. The Rock buying the XFL.
I am so stoked about that. Dwayne Johnson, you're my hero, my man. Because I'll tell you personally, I was glad to see the XFL making a comeback. Go Roughnecks.
He is a Houston Roughneck fan. Now, I am a Dallas Renegade fan. I've loved them since the start of it. I love the logo. I've loved the team. So I know they're not winning right now, but maybe next season.
Right. So, and the specific verbiage that Dwayne Johnson used was he's going to make something special out of the XFL, and I believe that. I believe that The Rock can actually turn things around. I believe that he will draw more attention to the rebirth of XFL and possibly something that may at some point compete with the NFL.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm very stoked about it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, it's awesome. I love the whole rules they have. The kickoff. That's another thing. They don't kick it off, so they've got they got 2 lines there where people are all the way down the other end of the field. Only 2 people are running, really, the kicker and the receiver. Everybody else is out there blocking or trying to tackle, which is awesome. I love the rules.
From, right?
Where did they get that from?
That was originally a CFL, Canadian Football League rule.
Yeah.
So they've kind of adopted some things from the CFL and taken some things from the NFL, but it's a lot less rules, a little bit more leeway than what you have in the NFL. NFL, you can get a penalty for almost anything. The XFL, those guys would just go out there playing some honest-to-God football.
Yeah, I mean, and plus it's a great developmental program for people that go up into the NFL. It's happened to so many players already. Even from one season where they had 6 games, like a dozen guys got signed out of it.
Right.
They were top elite players. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I can't wait to see 2021. I imagine when it will start because of this whole coronavirus. Notice, look, put the arm out. Look, 6 feet of distancing. Yeah, that whole crap.
But no mask for me. I'm
no mask.
I got respiratory issues, so no mask. But we are maintaining our social distancing.
Right, so we're fine on that.
For all you critics out there.
Yeah, and all that.
And all that, yeah.
So yeah, I want to bring this up here as my cameraman here. He has helped me out here with this one. John Cena is in an adult animated series. Dallas and Robo here. This is something I just found out. I'm like, wow. I mean, John Cena is truly larger than life.
I will say he's possibly the next incarnation of Dwayne Johnson as far as the movies go and his acting ability and. Yeah.
I mean, they're going to probably be in movies together. I believe they weren't they? Weren't in Fast and Furious or what were they in something together? I thought. If they haven't, they should be. But
Which one?
John Cena and The Rock, weren't they?
Which one?
Roman Reigns. He was in Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns. There we go. See, thank you.
Reigns.
That's Gavin there. And yes,
Roman Reigns was in Hobbs and Shaw, but I'm not sure about Cena and The Rock.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that. Yeah, we will definitely be having an interview next week. Next time we come on here with Gavin, it'll be a great one here. We'll be able to talk to you, waving at everybody. See, that's my boy right there. I'm telling you. Yeah, next thing I want to talk about here. You know, we have a couple horror movies that are in production that are getting ready to come out here. There would be Halloween Kills, which supposedly is going to be the end of Halloween. You know, how do you feel about that one?
That would definitely be the end of an era.
Yeah, I mean, that movie spanned almost, 40 plus years.
Definitely. Gavin, come on camera for a minute. We want to talk to you.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Gavin Campbell, the $1 million producer. Now, in recent times, we saw the 40th edition of Halloween, the night they opened, with what famous WWE personality?
Gangrel.
Very good. Well, what do we have here? Oh, anyway, so
Are you coming in? Come on. Shut the door. There you go. Sit next to your dad.
well, we're sorry for that interruption, folks.
Oh, yeah. God, you know, look, this kid's awesome, man. I'm telling you.
Did you bring something for me? Can I have some? Thank you. I was looking out for his old man.
See, that's
Anyway,
a
so
good
we're
kid.
talking about when Gangrel went to see the 4th edition of 40-year anniversary Halloween with us. What were your thoughts on that?
I just wanted to give him the best experience possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Although when we went in, we saw in the Big D, that's kind of like their IMAX, Real D. You know, you get these theaters with the regular screenings, and then you got the big theater. That was the one we paid top dollar for that. And when we get in, they start airing commercials. Next thing you know, something starts acting up. There's like a green screen.
Daddy,
But
I don't want to play.
then this fella right here went in, talked about it, got it fixed. Other than that, I had a great time.
Yeah, I got to see this down in the theater. I think it was called the Pyramid. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But it was down in Maryland. And you had these huge chairs, you know, the lean back recliners. You know, I truly felt like I was at home. And I loved the reproduction of this. The only thing I didn't like was that, of course, they sidebarred it. They played it off that Michael Myers and Laurie Strode were not brother and sister. They're like, oh, that's just a rumor. And that, I mean, it works for avoiding it, but outside that, it was a great movie.
Absolutely.
You know, and of course, here's one more for you. This is something I want to keep an eye on because it's one of my favorites. Candyman is coming back towards 2021. I am really psyched to see that. Truly one of my favorites. Tony Todd. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, it was a great movie with him. He's done a lot of great stuff. Final Destination, The Wishmaster, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah, Final Destination would have to be my second favorite that he's been featured in.
Oh yeah, I mean it totally it would freak you out, like, you know, especially the third one.
Oh yeah.
This is why I do not ride roller coasters. That movie.
Yeah, exactly. I might go and walk around Six Flags and sightsee. There's no way I'm getting on a roller coaster.
Except for me, I need some riding buddies next time.
Yeah, we last time we did Call to Arms, which we were next door to Six Flags. We avoided that place like the plague, did we not?
Yes. Oh my God.
Sorry, just no roller coasters for this.
So, yep, and I got one more thing here. I want to tell you, this is my movie of the week, okay? This is something that if you're a true horror fan, and I know you may have seen this, but you may not have, and I suggest you do. It's on Shudder, by the way, and Shudder is the great horror channel. Costs $4.99 a month. I suggest
and it's worth every penny.
It is.
I have watched Shudder.
I'm saying I'm not getting paid by them, but I should as much as I plug them. They are A+. And they have this one documentary series on there. It's called To Hell and Back, the Kane Hodder story. Yeah, have you seen it?
I have.
Yeah, I'm telling you, truly some of the greatest stuff I have learned from that, you know, documentary alone about it. And I was like, man, this guy really went through stuff. He wasn't just a, you know, stunt man. I mean, he did a lot of stuff there. But on that note, I want to thank you all for tuning in to the Doctor Quack Podcast. If you can, like, share, subscribe to this channel. if you can do that for me. Need the viewers, man. Definitely want to get this out there. I got a better stage here, as you can see, and bigger and better things are coming here. We're gonna have
Yes,
some
they
more
are.
stuff, including more updates. As far as the WWE, as far as the movie that we're getting ready to film here, there'll be a lot of stuff. So stay tuned for that. I'd like to
of
thank
course,
Eric Nelson and Gavin.
Let's not forget the rebirth of Stranglehold Championship Wrestling after all this COVID-19 stuff's behind us. We will be making some presentations here in the near future. And by the way, know all you present, spoiler alert, the next inductee to the Stranglehold Championship Wrestling Hall of Fame. Give it up for Dr. Quack.
I am truly honored. Jesus.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. I mean, wow.
Well deserved.
I didn't expect that one. That's wow. Something else there. I'm telling you, I'm mind blown. That is so cool. I love the business, and I'm glad that actually happens. Wow, I can't wait until this happens.
Well deserved. One of the founding fathers, and some of my best things have been with you, Doc.
Yeah, it's definitely been great times.
Welcome home, and well deserved, my man.
Yeah, wow. See, that breaking news happens everywhere you go, including right now. But I'd like to thank my guests here. You got Eric, you got Jason, you got Gavin, you also got
Will.
Guy. Yeah.
Yep. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, and I'm out.